Hey there, long time no haul. I'm going to be checking out some stuff from Journalsay today, which is my very favourite stationery store online to get fantasy-inspired and vintage-themed stationery. It's also very affordable. I needed to stock up on some new stationery because I'm going to be setting up my giveaway journal for the second half of the year throughout April, so I needed some stuff to include in that. I'm going to have links to everything that I'm showing you in the description down below, and I've also divided this video up into themed chapters, so we'll have all of the vintage stationery together, all of the fantasy stationery together, and so on and so forth. You can find that info in the description down below or in the scrolly progress bar that shows you how far into the video you are. I'm also an affiliate of Journalsay, so if you use any of my links in the description to make a purchase, or if you use my discount code for 8% off, it is Erin, E-R-I-N, just my name, then Journalsay will give me a little commission as a way of saying thanks for sending you their way. They also very kindly gifted me all of the items in this video, and I'm so appreciative, so thank you so much to Journalsay for wanting to work with me again. All the prices I'm mentioning in this video will be in US dollars, but you can most likely shop in your currency on Journalsay. They have a little drop down so you can choose the currency that you'd like to shop in. They have their spring sale running at the moment until the 7th of April, so there's still some time to take advantage of that. And they offer free shipping on orders over 29 US dollars, so let's get into it. We're going to start out with the biggest category, which is fantasy-themed stickers and papers, because you know I am the fantasy girly. These ones are color-themed sticker packs, and they come in a bunch of colors. I got the whole set because I could not help myself, but you can also get them just individually as well. Lots of pretty fairies, lots of fairy tale themed extra stuff as well, little houses and castles and coaches to get to your Cinderella ball. Also lots of flowers, which always makes me happy, and you're never really going to get away from the butterflies, are you? Butterflies are just everywhere in stationery land. I'm not a huge butterfly person, but I don't mind them in contexts like this. This is the purple pack. You get 2 of every sticker, which is also really nice, and these are PET stickers, so they're a little bit shiny, but these ones are actually quite matte, at least as far as the printed part of the sticker. That's not really going to shine too much on your page, but the background is plastic, so it's going to be a little shiny, you know. This is the orange version, so huge magical autumn vibes going on here. I think these are so gorgeous. Orange is usually a bit outside of my comfort zone, but these are so pretty. Then we've got the green version. This one has a lovely dragonfly that I think is adorable. Also some kind of Hobbit vibes in the houses and the doors in this one, which is always welcome. You know I'm a sucker for doors and windows in my journal, so the blue set is fantastic. I also love the little lace accents on some of the florals as well. I think these would be incredible for reading journal purposes, especially like, for example, there's a fiddle and flowers here that's incredibly spring court coded. I'm not totally sure what color to refer to these ones as. Maybe we'll go with gray, because this one kind of has a bit of everything going on. I love that these ones are a little bit more muted. This might actually be my favorite from the set. Look at these archways. Are you kidding me? Gorgeous. And you can't do fairy tale without a pink colorway, so of course we have a pink colorway, but I do have a little bone to pick with this one. As much as I think these are adorable, the pink set arrived a little bit flawed, so this archway sticker, the left one is what it's supposed to look like, but you can see it's been cut a bit off center on the right one, so it's cut some of the parts of the design off. We've missed this little curly bit over here. We're missing part of the butterfly wing up the top as well. Not ideal, and it's great that you do get 2, but again, on this butterfly, it's been cut in a bit of a funky spot, so we're missing the top of the butterfly wing, and we've got this weird bit of text along the side. The right butterfly wing is a bit cut off, so that's unfortunate, but it's not the end of the world or anything. The full set goes for $9.34 US right now on Journalsay, but you can get any of these individually for $1.59 if you'd rather just get one color. For me, this is kind of like Pokemon, where I just have to catch them all. That said, this next sticker set I only got in one colorway. Sometimes that's because it's all they had available and the other colors were sold out, and sometimes it's because I was only vibing with one. This one actually reminds me of the Tolkien door at Stow-on-the-Wold in the Cotswolds in England, and I'm going to visit that later this year, so I wanted to have these for my inevitable travel journal that will follow. 5 different designs, but I've got 2 of the same of one sticker, so I don't know if that's a mistake, but anyway, $1.32 for these ones. You can also get them in a set of 6 if you prefer. I just got the green one. This next one is for all of my former goth and emo kids, and it's very Halloween appropriate, which might sound strange to you at this time of the year because it's April, but I will be setting up the giveaway journal for the full second half of the year, which means I'm gonna have to do an October setup in April. These ones call themselves Desolate Secret Realm, and this is the orange version, very Halloween coded. Look at all these haunted houses, these autumn leaves. The front one has pumpkins on it as well. There's crows and things in here. These ones are scrapbooking paper sets, and the paper is nice and thin, so if you don't like your journal to get too bulky like me, then these are a really good choice. You get 2 or 3 of each design, which can sometimes be really handy and sometimes be kind of annoying because then you have too much. Obviously, I got the whole set for these ones, and I think that was probably overkill. I could have been a little bit pickier here and just chosen my favorite colors. Also, just from the cover, you can't really tell what you're going to get on the rest of the pages, so it's a bit of a lucky dip. Some of these pages I feel are already quite heavily textured and contrasty, so you wouldn't want to do too much around them to build a theme. I always like to tear stuff like this up when I put it in my journal, but I don't feel like you'd want to do too many stickers layered over this, too much washi tape around it. You'd want to keep it kind of minimal. Something that I thought I would mention while we leaf through all of these is that Journalsay's site is set up in a bit of an unusual way. So rather than having descriptions for the different colorways of some of their products, sometimes they'll have them in like Romanized Chinese, and sometimes they'll just have basically a code number. Because I have all of the items linked for you down below, you can kind of just go through and click on the different options to find the one that you were looking for. So when you click through the code names or the Romanized Chinese names for everything, then it will change the picture to show which one you have selected, which is very helpful. They also use kind of unintuitive item descriptions and titles, so it can be really hard to search for things on Journalsay. You kind of have to just go scroll through the pages, you know. They start every single item listing with the name of their own shop, Journalsay, and sometimes it is misspelled. So for instance, the item we're looking at right now, the listing for it on the website is Journalsay 48 sheets vintage flower decor material paper, which doesn't really, I feel like it's not specific enough to match these. These have that kind of dark fantasy vibe, they have that kind of gothic vibe. I don't think it's descriptive enough, and I think it uses words that are maybe even a little misleading. So it's just something to keep in mind when you're looking at Journalsay. I actually just recommend that you search generally for the item that you're looking for, whether it's washi tape or it's stickers or whatever it is, and then just scroll and look at everything. It's time consuming, but you will find treasure. So for this particular collection of paper sets, if you have a specific vibe or a specific color palette that you like to stick to, this could be a good investment because you get a lot of bang for your buck. It's pretty affordable for a single pack and you get a lot of bits of paper. You get 2 or 3 of each one, so you know, it's gonna last you a while. If you don't have a necessarily distinct style, which I feel like I have a style, but I also like to experiment within it. So what is this moon face? It's a little bit terrifying. The moon. Anyway, if you like to experiment with different vibes and different color themes and different styles like I do, then a set like this, you might find overwhelming. You might find you end up with too much of one thing that then you don't want to use anymore. So things to keep in mind. I'm very lucky that I have a wonderful stationery community in Brisbane that I can stationery swap with, and we share things and it's a really good time, and they help me de-stash, which is fantastic. And sometimes I'll reincorporate some of this stuff into workshops as well. You can get the full set of 6 of these for $11.12 on Journalsay, or if you just liked one of the colorways, you can just get one for $1.89. This one's not explicitly fantasy themed, but it's called Fairyland Bridge and it's sparkly, so I'm just going to consider it part of the fantasy. It looks like it could be a fantasy story setting, so let's just go with that. These ones are stickers. They're kind of large actually, so I feel like they'd be a good focal point of a page, and they have this beautiful reflection in the light, so that's always fun. I love when things are a little bit shiny, but I really like that these ones aren't overwhelmingly shiny. They're not like in your face holographic, they're just like, there's a little peak of magic in the correct light, and I love that. $1.95 for a single pack of these ones, and despite being called Fairyland Bridge, there are actually no bridges on these stickers at all. Time for a new category. We're moving into frame-themed stickers and papers this time, and we know frames are a favourite category for me. I've got some scrapbooking papers and some stickers. Now look, did I get these stickers specifically with the Serpent and the Wings of Night, like Crowns of Nyaxia series in mind, because I'm reading it at the moment? Yes, there are vampires, they have feathery wings, some of them have bat wings, I don't know, wings, frames, slightly dark fantasy vibes, let's go, these look great. Also a kind of gold gilded frame version. These are PET stickers, and I've got other frames, but I feel like you can never have too many. These are from the same listing. Decent size. I feel like you could put a book cover behind there if you wanted to really highlight it, or you can put some text behind it or a favorite sticker or something like that to really showcase it. $1.37 each for a single pack of these, but there is a full set option. I just thought these were the most interesting. Then we've got these kind of somewhat frame-themed scrapbooking papers. They all kind of have a frame on them, so I thought we would put them in the frame category. Unlike the last scrapbooking paper set we looked at, these ones have Rococo Palace wall in the name of the listing, which I think is actually quite good and descriptive. Look how beautiful. There's so much texture going on here. Very ornate. This is so my vibe. But I kind of love that this has got Princess Core coquette vibes written all over it, but at the same time it's a little bit grungy. Like everything's been abandoned for 50 years and we're just now rediscovering this Rococo Palace. Obviously this one is the pink version, but I got it in all of the ways because, you know, I have to. This is the blue and I love the florals on this one. I would frame that and put it on my wall. I'm actually really looking forward to the middle of the year so I can start my new journal at the 6-month mark and stop trying to make myself paint in every journal again and start using some of this stuff. So obviously the giveaway journal will help scratch that itch for me for a little while, but I can't wait to do it again in a journal that I get to use. Don't get me wrong, nobody's forcing me to use paint in my journal. This is the purple version, by the way. This is so pretty and soft and elegant. Nobody's forcing me to use paint in my journal besides myself, but I have learned a lot and it has been a really interesting ride for me, and it's taught me a lot about how I like to journal, so I think it's been really beneficial. I think my heart lies in collagey scrapbooky designs a little bit more, so I can't wait to move back towards that, but I'm committed. I made myself a goal and I'm going to stick to it. And then we've got the green colorway, which is so beautifully contrasty. That I'm obsessed with. I think that's so gorgeous. I want to put that in every journal that I use forevermore for the rest of my life. Again, these are really easy to use scrapbook papers. They're not super thick. You know, sometimes you get scrapbook paper and it's like 250 GSM and you're like, absolutely not. Or maybe you use it anyway. I'm like, absolutely not. These, I would guess, are maybe 100. So they're not super, super thin, but they're thin enough to be reasonable. And I like that. $7.04 for the set of 4, or you can get one individually at $1.80. That's it for the frames. Let's move into vintage themed stickers and washi tapes. This time I got some washi tapes as well. The big ones on the left there are sticker books and I'm very excited about them, but we will work our way through to those. We're going to start with the flake stickers, the loose ones instead. These green bottles are so gorgeous. Actually, not just bottles, they're vases, they're glasses, they're bottles, they're receptacles, and the packaging says "Let's Ikebana," which is like Japanese flower arrangement, so that's kind of cute. I think these could be really fun if you teamed them up with some florals to make it look like you've put flowers in the vases, or you could just use them on their own because they're beautiful. They're PET stickers, which means they're clear plastic, so you'd probably see through them a little bit. These ones are $1.32 for just one colorway. I got the green one, but you can also get them all in a set of 6. Here's another case of Erin got the whole set. These ones are candlestick stickers, candelabras. These ones come in 4 different colorways. This is the yellow, which is I'm really enjoying yellow at the moment. I don't know what it is. I don't know what to tell you, but I'm having a yellow moment. And they have this beautiful, I'm going to say iridescent reflection this time because it's not rainbow, right? That's the way it goes. Holographic is rainbow, iridescent is a couple of colors. This one reflects red and gold. Then we have the pink colorway, which is incredibly romantic. There's a little bit of purple in there too, which I always love. You get 2 of each sticker in the set, which I also really appreciate, and there aren't that many stickers in a set. You get 10 total, so 5 of each design, and I think that's a really reasonable amount to get you through maybe a whole theme in your journal. Then we have the green version, which is very mysterious. Little Miss watches too much DIY home design YouTube over here, absolutely loves that these are a mix of taper candles and pillar candles, and sometimes both on the one sticker, so there you go. Got that same iridescent reflection on all of these ones as well, so on all of them they shift that little bit red and with a touch of green, maybe? And then we have the blue version, and blue is my favorite color, I think, of all time. If I had to absolutely pick one, I think it would be blue, which is funny because I don't reach for it that often in my journal, but I basically wear it all the time on my person. But that might be about to change because these are my favorites of this collection. The blue, so stunning. A whopping $5.38 for the set of 4 here, or you can get them individually as well for $1.37 each. Now remember those fairy stickers that we started with? These are incredibly similar, except the ladies in these ones don't have wings. So this probably could have gone in the fantasy category, but I decided it suited vintage better because the ladies themselves do look very vintage. This is the purple version, and I love some of the little extra stickers that come with these ones. So there's like a peacock and a teacup with flowers growing out of it and a gorgeous little table lamp. They're just so pretty. And of course the castles. I have used all of my castle stickers or passed them along because I had used them in videos already and I don't want stuff to get repetitive for you guys. So I got some new castles in these ones, which is great. I saw those and went, isn't that fantasy themed? And then I remembered that castles are a real thing that exist in the world, so that's always good. This is the white version, which again, with the beautiful doors and windows, they just make me so happy. Look at that gorgeous vintage lady in her hat. Is she not absolutely stunning? So romantic, maybe a little bit niche for this one. It kind of makes me feel like I need to read the next book in the series of the Wisteria Society of Lady Scoundrels. I've read the first one, and these would be perfect for that, just quietly. So here is the blue version. Is it the green version or the blue version? We've kind of got both colors going on here, so just keep that in mind. It's blue-green. These ladies on these particular stickers are so incredibly classy. I could never. I love them so much. And can we talk about those stained glass windows? They're incredible. Plus, of course, any sticker set that comes with a gorgeous cat, especially one that's like getting to sit on a little throne like this one, is a winner in my books. I didn't actually get the whole set of these ones because 8 sets of this was overkill for me, but you can get them all for $12.46 if you like, or just one for $1.59. Same concept here, so kind of same but different. This one is a different collection, and I like that this one actually tells you on the packaging in English how many stickers are inside, because then you know what to expect. This is another one of those situations where you can get these stickers in a whole bunch of different colorways and variations, but I only got one this time. Could still be very fantasy coded, but the packaging says impression of Baroque, so I've put it in the vintage category purely based on that. Only $1.58 for this one, but you can get a whole set of 6 if you want all of the other colors as well. Then we have 2 washi tape rolls. These ones are from the same listing and they're both very vintage vibes, but they're also quite different. These ones are true washi tapes and they come on a release backing, so you can separate the printed front part, which has the actual design on it, from the separate backing sheet behind it. The design loop on these ones is kind of short, but I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing because you're getting a lot of different designs really close together here. This is the other version, which is very witchy coded, don't you think? Pumpkins and hats and broomsticks and stuff. Like, this has got Halloween in a really cute way written all over it to me. So this is what I mean about it being on a release backing, and also sometimes you'll see washi tapes like this where the stickers have actually been kiss cut so that you can just peel them off like a normal sticker. These ones are not kiss cut, so if you want to have these individually feature in your journal, you're going to have to cut them out with a pair of scissors, or if you'd prefer, you can actually get in there with a craft knife and just trace around the shape of the design that you're after. Try to make sure that you've got something underneath this so that you aren't damaging your journal or your desk or whatever is underneath, but then you can peel them up individually if you like, or you can just peel the whole thing off and lay it down in a strip, and that's going to look great too because it already looks great on the roll like this. These ones are $1.63 each, but if you prefer, you can actually get the whole set of them. There are other colors I haven't showed you here, as a set of 6. Now, let's talk sticker books, and I've actually technically got 3 sticker books to show you, but only 2 of them fall into the vintage category, so we're going to use this to transition into our next category as well. I'll show you spring notes in a sec. Hang on, one thing at a time. I mentioned earlier that I'm going on holidays later this year, and I'm going to be making a travel journal again because I love doing that. These are books that I've picked out partly because I feel like they might be good for that kind of thing, and I think it's easier sometimes to travel with a book of stickers rather than traveling with like little packets of stickers, flake stickers, you know. I do also have a sticker book that I can just add stickers to myself that's just made of release paper that I picked up from Stash World. But honestly, even just for storage at home, a sticker book is much easier to store than a bunch of loose flake stickers, so that's always good. I'm not as obsessed with the text throughout these ones, like how it just says camera. When am I ever going to use that? But I think the images are really pretty. And now I can say I have a cow sticker, which is not something I've ever been able to say before, so that's kind of fun. That one's called Song of Time, and that's a Zelda reference if ever I've heard one. I'm sure that's not what they were going for. This one's Whispers at Dawn, and it is the most me sticker book collection I think I have ever seen. Lots of florals, which we know I love. This probably also could have made it into my floral category that is upcoming, so good transition because that's the next one. Look at that page. How beautiful are these? I really like the variety you get here, where some of them are obviously designed to be functional stickers that you can write on, some of them are purely decorative. They've got different shapes and different sizes going on here. It's just really versatile. I don't know if I would use every sticker in the book, but that's okay. I'm gonna give it a red hot go and we'll see how much of these I actually do use because I've never had sticker books like this before. Also, lots of people stickers going on in this haul generally, which is a bit different for me. I don't usually go so much on people stickers. The sticker books are $11.49 each, or you can get them all as a set of 5 if you prefer. I just picked the 3 that I loved the most. And now it's time to frolic amongst the flowers because it's floral stationery time. And there is more than just the sticker book too. I've got some other stuff to show you because floral is kind of a go-to category for me. If I don't know what to do, flowers, every time. But we will start with the sticker book since we were just talking about the other sticker book so that they're kind of together, you know. It's funny because I picked this one because I think it has fairly autumn colours, she says as we turn to the purple and blue page, but generally quite kind of warm tones, and it calls itself Spring Notes, which I think is funny because when I looked through this one on the website, I was like, oh yeah, autumn, look at that. That says autumn to me. I don't know about you guys, but anyway. Also has some fun travel themes, which I think is fantastic. So this is actually the one that I was thinking I would bring with me to the UK in October. We shall see. We already talked about the price of the sticker book, so we'll move straight on to another piece of scrapbooking goodness here. This one, I just got one colorway, and this one does feel very spring coated to me. There's lots of patterns going on here, but most of them have a little bit of a floral theme, and the edges of these scrapbooking papers are also laser cut in a way that makes them look like they've been torn, which I think is a cute little touch. Just makes things a little bit different, a little bit more texturally interesting, you know. $1.71 for this one, but it does also come in a bunch of other colors and in a set of 8 if you prefer. These next two are also in the realm of scrapbooking paper sets, but also could not be more different because these ones are made of this lovely, very transparent kind of vellum paper. Sometimes they call this other weird things on the Journalsay website, like sulfuric acid paper, or in the case of this listing, I think they actually called it litmus paper. It's just sheer paper, right? So that means that you have this really soft texture kind of thing going on, and these ones are also silver gilded. So here's an example of how transparent they are. If I just pop the Journalsay thank you card that came in the box behind it, you can see all the way through it. And here's a little look at that silver gilding. I get really excited when things are silver gilded because it's much more common for things to be gold gilded. And I am a silver girly. I love silver. I love it in my jewelry, and now I will love it in my journal as well because I can. I got this one in two colors. That was obviously the green version. We're going to flip out now to the purple version, which is very similar but also completely different at the same time. You've got lots of different shapes included in these ones. There are some circles and some long rectangles and lots of lovely watercolor flower motifs here and just general watercolor blobs, which I think is really a fun aesthetic. And I wanted to point out too, some of these are designed to be a little bit functional. So for instance, this one could kind of just work as decoration or whatever, but it's got important plans in the bottom corner, so you could put important plans on it. This one actually has the abbreviations for the days of the week on it, but not really enough space to put anything more than just like a number next to it. So I'm not too sure how you would use it functionally, but I think they're gorgeous. $1.65 each for these ones. They do also come in a set of 6 if you want to get all of the colors. While we're in the realm of beautiful muted tones, we've got these flake stickers as well. These ones are floral, and it took me a minute to work it out when I was laying these ones out to show you. They actually come with 3 of each sticker, and I thought it was just 2 at this point. I hadn't worked it out. These ones don't have the functionality built in that the previous sets have, and these ones are stickers as well. These ones are not papers like the previous. I will experiment with colors and boldness and things until the cows come home, but this kind of aesthetic is what really speaks to me. You can see here I've worked out that there are actually 3 of each sticker. So you get a washi version, a matte PET version, and a shiny PET version of every sticker, which is some versatility, and I love that. And I just think this low contrast kind of gentle color scheme is what speaks to my soul. And look, silver gilding, I love it so much. And that silver gilding is present on every version of the stickers as well. So this is the matte PET version, and the previous was the washi tape version. Here she is again in the purple colorway, and again it's really soft. Even on my white desk mat here, it's a little bit tricky to see because they're very low contrast, they're very gentle, they're very soft. I want them in my journal immediately. This is so incredibly me. I only got these ones in 2 colorways. I feel like this is the kind of thing I would go for every colorway if they were available, so maybe they just weren't. Again, silver gilding, look how delicate and beautiful. But I do only have them in the grey and the purple, and I actually feel like these 2 could work really well together, so that's always something to consider. Here's another little example of the 3 different styles of the same print of sticker that you get. So the top is the washi tape, the washi sticker. The left is the matte PET sticker, and the right is the clear PET sticker. So variety, you can find out what you like if you don't know yet. Apparently, according to the website, you can't get these as a bundled set, but they are $1.37 each, so you could just buy all 6 separately if you wanted. They're still pretty affordable. Then we've got letter stickers, and I got these in 2 colorways as well, in a green version and a blue version. These ones are kind of a bold serif sticker, and I got a bit confused when I turned them over because I was like, wait, are you not going to give me a full alphabet here? What is this? Wait, what's going on? But I guess we'll find out when we lay them all out on the table, won't we? Which made me think I'd better do this in alphabetical order so that I can test the theory, and it has turned out, thank goodness, yes, we do have a complete alphabet. You only get 1 of each sticker though, so if you're planning to use these for a whole theme, or if you wanted to use them on a quote page or something like that, maybe grab yourself 2 packs so that you don't run out. They also vary quite a bit in size, and the big ones are really big, so that's just something to keep in mind. Let's have a look at the green version now. This one has kind of eucalyptus looking leaves on it, which is very soft and gentle and very Aussie feeling to me. I really like that they could pull a little bit Australian. It kind of looks like our flora. Again, nothing to be worried about here. Thankfully, we do have a complete alphabet set going on. $1.29 for a pack, or you can get them in a set of 4 with all 4 colorways if you prefer. Last time I did a Journalsay haul, I picked up some transfer stickers, and I actually still haven't used them, but I am obsessed with the concept of them, so I feel like I'm going to force myself now because I got some more. There are instructions on the back here, so I'll flip it over quickly so you can see how transfer stickers work. You actually have to cut out the design that you want to use. You place it where you want it on the paper after you take off the plastic that covers the design, and then you rub on the back of it and it transfers the design to your page. Kind of like a temporary tattoo and how you put it on your skin, except you rub instead of using water, and it's on paper instead of on your skin. But it also then looks like it is just part of the page, like maybe it was already printed there. You don't have any sticker edges like you would usually get around a PET sticker or a washi sticker, so it's a really seamless way to have the designs on the page. But you do have to take into consideration, if you're going to layer things around, that this needs to be on the paper, so you probably want to layer it like first, I guess. $1.49 each, or you can get a whole set of 8 of them if you prefer, and these ones all come with 2 sheets of designs in one pack. These ones are also transfer stickers as well. These ones are purple, but they're from a different listing to the previous one, so I'm showing you separately here because the art style is very different and the pricing can sometimes be different across the same sort of product but listed separately. These ones are a little bit less delicate, a little bit more bold, still super gorgeous. $1.53 individually, you can get them as a set of 6, and I have big plans for my transfer stickers for the giveaway journal, so watch this space. Then we've got some stamps. I think these ones are really gorgeous. They actually remind me a little bit of some of the notebook therapy stamps, but significantly more affordable. This one is a gorgeous arch shape and it has moons and flowers down the bottom, so a bit of a celestial vibe, but also very floral, so they fit the category. And the other one is an oval shape, but still has the same kind of flowers and moons and stars going on too. I think these are so pretty and delicate, and you can use them as frames to put a heading in or just as layering pieces on your page. I'm going to give them a little stamp here so we can see. Just keep in mind that I'm getting towards the end of this journal, and that means that the pages are a little bit bowed from use and from sticking a bunch of stuff into my journal, so it can be hard to get a clean transfer of the stamps. You'll see here I'm going to miss a whole bunch of this one. That's okay. We'll just stamp it again so that you can see, and I'll make sure that I press really evenly across the whole stamp this time. Stunning, gorgeous. Are you kidding me? And they do also come in other shapes. I've just picked the 2 that I thought were the prettiest, but you can get them in other designs as well. $4.42 each, or you can get them as a whole set of 6 if you prefer and you want to have them all. Then we have a washi tape, and this one is such a cute design. It's a white picket fence covered in roses. And the design loop is actually really short here, so keep note of the bikes there. There's 2 bicycles next to each other, and then there's a little like envelope or something. You'll see as I draw this out that those designs are going to repeat very quickly. Oh, that was the very end of a second bike there, so we'll stop it because that's a whole loop, see? Cottagecore vibes through the roof, very English garden kind of a feeling. Can't wait to use this in the giveaway journal. I have ideas for this one. This is $1.30, or you can get them in a set of 4 with other colours. I just wanted the white one. 2 more categories to go. This one is lace-themed stationery, used somewhat loosely, but quite accurately for these ones. These are some more stamps, and they are lace stamps. And we've also got some scrapbooking papers, but we're going to start with the stamps. Something that's always really fun when most of your stationery is sourced from China is the strange English translations. Tomato Jam Girl. Yep, that's me. These ones are woodblock stamps as well. They're a little bit on the bigger side, but they're the kind of thing that you could use as a repeating pattern, so you stamp it next to itself and it can make a continuous thing all the way across the page. So you can make your own borders and that kind of thing. They're also very delicate, so you have to really get in there with whatever your chosen ink source is. I'm using an ink pad for the video purposes because it's the quickest, but usually I just use like water-based markers with my stamps and that works fine. Because these are bigger, you'd have to work pretty quickly, otherwise it'll start to dry on the stamp. And again, my page is a bit bendy, so it's not stamping so well, but I don't want to just start a new journal just to show you some stamps. So we're going to continue, we're going to persevere. There's still some fine detail on this second one, but not quite as much as on the previous stamp, so it might be a little bit easier to see here. Just have to really make sure that you're applying pressure all the way across the stamp and getting every little nook and cranny and giving it a little roll to make sure everything touches the page. Unlike my stamping job there. But you get the idea, right? It's pretty cute. And if you want to be really sure that your stamp is going to have a nice even transfer onto the page, you can always just put a sheet of card behind the page, and that will make it a little bit flatter, which will give you a better chance of getting the stamp all the way around. Also, a bit of foam also works. I've tried that with some difficult stamps that I have, and that works really well. So, options. $8.06 each for these ones, and they do have some other styles available too. If you're a scrapbooking paper fan, I hope you're sitting down because these ones are kind of amazing. This is a bunch of lace. Well, they call themselves lace, but some of them have slightly different themes. These ones are beautiful, textured, color-themed scrapbooking paper sets, and rather than lace, I would maybe call them something like handicrafts or something, because some of them I'm pretty sure are like crochet and knitting projects. These ones to me look like flowers on a cake. So I don't know if that's just me, but that's what it looks like in my eyes. Something I think is really interesting about these ones is that they aren't artwork, they aren't kind of like something that somebody has drawn or painted. These are photographs, and that's why they have this incredible depth. They've clearly been really careful about how they lit these so that there would be shadow, there would be contrast and texture going on here, and I just think they are so impactful. It's It's something really cool. I've never seen anything quite like these before. And they come with a little bit of lace included in the package. I don't see myself probably ever using that. See how these ones have got buttons and things? Like, so unique. I truly have never owned anything like these. I think they're very, very cool. I again don't know exactly how I would use them because there's so much going on these. It's kind of a theme in itself. I feel like if you use these, you don't want to use very much else around them at all. This is the pink version, and this one has lots of kind of lace applique kind of feelings, lots of flowers. Again, some of them look like cake decorations. I don't know. Let me know what you think these are. It's been a long time since I did a pink theme in a journal, so I feel like maybe the time is coming around again. I'm feeling the call. As much as I think these are really exciting, I got them in every colorway, like I got the whole set, and this is just too much scrapbooking paper for me. Not for one person anyway, especially when they have some similarities, some overlap, and when you're sharing your stuff online, then you don't want to have things get kind of too same, get a little bit boring, you know? Even though these, I don't think you could ever describe them as boring, I do feel like they would cage me in a little bit if I tried to make myself use all of them. So some of these I'll probably end up passing on to some friends, but I think it's worth getting all of them just so I can show you because these are insane. I love them so much. There's something about the blue version that makes me think of blue jeans, like as though these are really fancy jeans that somebody has added some DIY flair to or something. Kind of makes me want to read The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants and do a journal spread for it in my reading journal. There are also some stickers at Stash World that I said that about recently too, so maybe I have to. I've never read them. But I do love denim, so it seems appropriate, even though this isn't necessarily meant to be denim. It's just the vibe that I get. And this last one gives me a little bit of a throwback to my July theme from 2023. It's very kind of neutral tones, lots of lacy textures. This one is a little bit spider webby, so it's kind of like very natural, a little bit like boho vibes for this one, whereas the others I feel were very pretty, very precise kind of lace. This one is a little bit more organic, and I think that's kind of cool. All of those different varieties for $10.92 for the whole set of 6, or you can get individual ones for $1.86 if you prefer. All my fiber arts friends, I feel like you would love these. This one is less lace, but it's ribbon, and I figure that's close enough, so I'm including it in this section as well, just for the sake of things making some kind of sense. These are incredibly coquette, aesthetic appropriate. These are little bows and some flowers as well, but they all have little ribbon bows on them, so I feel like I'm not someone who can wear a pretty bow in my hair because it instantly makes me look like I'm 3 years old, but if I can put them in my journal, I feel like that's a pretty good trade-off, a nice compromise. These ones are PET stickers, so they're a little bit shiny, and they do have a little touch of a gold reflection on them too. I only got them in the pink colorway for $1.47, but you can also get them in a set of 6 or a bunch of other colors if pink is not your vibe. And we're into our very last stationery category here, which I'm just calling miscellaneous because it's stuff that doesn't really fit into the other categories. Although I suppose some leafy things could have been considered floral, but that's okay. We'll put them in their own bit. These ones are some really cool, realistic looking leaf stickers. I guess it's probably obvious that I'm just really excited that I'm going to be in a place that has actual autumn leafy colors when I go to the UK in October, because my part of Australia does not have autumn. We really just have summer and then summer light. So this one has 3 different versions of the same shaped leaf. It's just different sizes. You get a big one, a medium one, and a little one. So 5 different leaf designs in 3 different sizes for each one, and these are in fact little stickers, they're paper stickers. Sometimes I get that wrong and I think they're just little scrapbooking pieces of paper, and then you guys tell me in the comments when I've stuck a whole sticker and it's backing into my journal, like I did in my pirate theme for April. 95 cents for these ones, and they come in 4 other styles as well. Then these are also very autumn coded. These ones are PET stickers, and look at all of those autumn colors. Here's me earlier saying orange isn't really my vibe. Orange around me in the real world is very much my vibe. So you can probably safely bet that these will end up in my travel journal. Also, things like little hiking boots photos will be incredibly appropriate. I'm not going to do a lot of hiking or anything, but I will take my hiking boots and we'll probably do some short walks, so that's going to be very nice. Also, it is technically autumn for us here now, while it's spring for you guys in the Northern Hemisphere, so there that is. $1.65 for these, or you can get them in a set of 6 if you prefer, with other seasons, other colors, other styles. These ones are washi sheets or sticker sheets, and I really enjoy that as a medium. These ones have a cool variety in them. So we have these holographic sheets, we have some matte sticker sheets, and we have some PET slightly shiny sticker sheets as well. These ones are all a little bit water feeling. They're not necessarily exactly, but they all feel like kind of an aquatic vibe. Some of them are more like cellophane, but the vibes are there, you know. I just find that sometimes I need something to give me a little bit of texture, and the washi sheets I've used in the past I've really enjoyed using, so I thought this would be a good way to bring some more of that into my journal. Probably my reading journal is where these ones might end up. I'm not entirely sure if I'd use them in my bullet journal, they're a bit outside of my usual wheelhouse there. But I do think these are gorgeous, and if you are a bit of a mermaid child, then these could be so much fun for you. All of these are sticker sheets. They all have adhesive backs on them and you peel them off a backing. Amazing! $2.08 for this one. I got the blue version, but it also comes in pink and yellow and purple. Not available as a whole set, but you could just buy all 4 for that kind of price. And we're moving on to a washi tape set. These ones are kind of a marble vibe with some gold gilded veining through them. We've got a grey one here, which is kind of a standard washi tape size. I think it's probably like 1.5 centimeters wide. And we've got the pink one, which is a little bit wider than the other two, which is an interesting choice. I'm not entirely sure why they did that, but I'm not mad at it or anything. It's just unusual to get such different sizes. This one did break when I tried to tear it off the roll, so keep that in mind. It's probably not the best quality washi tape out there, but sometimes I actually want that, a washi tape that's not super sticky. This one doesn't have a release backing, so it peels up off itself, which means that it's a little bit more fragile. I'm just going to stick the piece down next to it, and I think that actually sort of looks cool. And then there's the blue version, which is thin again, like the grey one at the top. This is another one of those cases where there are a bunch of different colours available in a bunch of different sets. The one I've chosen is just this 3-colour combo, but they have others that are black and gold, which I think are really striking. I love the gold reflection. I think that's just so gorgeous. Look, marble is a little bit 2014, but I also think it's still very versatile. $2.11 for this one. This is the colourway that they just call H on the website. Here's a funny one. I'm pretty sure I've had this before and I decluttered it, and now I've chosen it again. This is a washi tape. Do we call it that? It's a bit thicker than your average washi tape. It's kind of a paper texture. It's very matte. So the idea here is because it's dotted, you can put it down on your journal page and then use it like dot grid paper, so it can be part of your functional designs of your journal. I think this is really fun when you put habit trackers and things like that, or headings and stuff on the paper. You have to keep in mind, unfortunately, when you use the first part, some of the paper will probably get wasted because the way the adhesive works, it sort of sticks to itself and it ruins those bits of the paper tape. So there's always going to be a bit of wastage there, which is unfortunate, but I'm just kind of salvaging what I can from that. It's thick enough that it will kind of affect the way your pages sit together if you use this a lot. But I'm going to jump in there with a Pigma Micron to kind of show you how you could use it. So I'm just going to put some rectangles on here, nothing too exciting, but you can just draw on it with pens and make it part of your page, and it's a fun way to have a different color in there. The dot grid here is actually 4mm, so it's a touch smaller than the dot grid in most regular bullet journals, but that's not the end of the world. I think it's okay. It's clear enough that it wouldn't really confuse you too much, but if you like things to be exactly the same, then maybe it would annoy you. I don't know. $2.40 for this one, and they do have some other versions as well where it's kind of gridded or lined instead, but I like the dots. I always like the dots. Then we have some cloud washi tapes. These ones are incredibly beautiful and vibrant. They actually give me big anime vibes. If you caught my April bullet journal setup in my own journal, I actually painted some clouds that I was trying to make look somewhat like this, to be honest, with gouache, and it was so much fun, but a little time consuming. If you're not someone who wants to paint in your journal but you want that effect, this is the way to do it instantly. It's so good. Actually, my colour scheme for April was orange and purple, but I'm thinking about maybe for my weeklies just switching to these so that I don't have to paint in my journal for my weekly live streams, because that will take a long time to dry and all that stuff, so maybe we'll be using these instead. We'll have to wait and see. I got these in a pink with a little touch of yellow as an accent, and the bottom one that I am having trouble peeling off right now is blue with maybe a little touch of lavender in some of the lower clouds. Both just so magical. There's something really magical about clouds. I don't know what it is. Just keep in mind, these ones don't have the papery texture of some washi tapes. It's actually maybe a little bit shiny, even a touch glossy. So you wouldn't want to try and write over the top of these ones or anything, but I just think they're a gorgeous little decorative addition, and they come in a bunch of other colors as well. These are $4.96 each. And our very last item for this video is this set of silicone stamps. These are really functional. I've been thinking about getting these for the longest time. They're really just the months all laid out for you so that you just stamp them and you can save your hand and you don't have to write the numbers for every single month, especially if you're setting up something like a future log in a brand new journal. So useful. I kind of hate the font though, unfortunately, but they do have the initial for each day of the week with a Monday start and with a Sunday start, so everybody's covered for whichever way you prefer your weeks, or if you like to change it up sometimes. You can put your calendar in a box if you like. These ones at the top, I don't know that I would use quite so much, but that's cute that they're there, they're included. Mostly I just stick to the calendars, I think. $1.54 for these ones, and I would show you, but I can't find my stamping blocks that you mount silicone stamps to at the moment, so just imagine. You might see them in a video soon anyway. Now let's just say hypothetically you wanted to buy everything that I bought in this video. You actually can't right now because a few of the things have gone out of stock since I got them, but keep an eye on them, they come back into stock pretty quickly usually. The total cost would be $151.75 US. At the moment they have their spring sale going on, so that saves $10 as well. And then if we want to save a little bit more money, you can pop my code in here. It's an affiliate code, so I'll make a little bit of money if you use it, just so you know. That's going to save you $12.14 US, which brings the total down to $129.61. That's a lot of stationery for under $130. Big thanks again to Journalsay for supplying everything that you've seen in this video today, and a big thanks to you too for sticking around all the way to the end of it. Let me know in the comments down below if you had a favourite item from this haul, or maybe just if there's something that you'd like to see me use first. I'll be back next week with a vintage-inspired bullet journal theme for the month of May, so if that's something you'd like to see, feel free to hit subscribe if you'd like to stay tuned. If you're in the mood to keep watching, I have a link on the right side of the screen here to a playlist of all of my stationery haul videos so far, and just above that is a link to a video that YouTube thinks you will enjoy.